Welcome back. In this video, I will show you two types of probability. The first one is the theoretical probability and the second one is the empirical probability. Let us start with the definition for both probabilities. The first one, theoretical probability of an event is simply given by the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes, while the empirical probability of an event is simply given by the number of times an event occurs divided by the total number of trials. Let us take a look at example of theoretical probability. In a simple word, theoretical probability is actually what should happen. So, for example, if I flip this fair coin and I ask you what are the possible outcomes if I flip this fair coin, what will be your answer? Yes, the possible outcome simply head or tail. Now, what if I am interested to determine the probability of getting head? So, by using the theoretical probability mathematical formulation, we can simply calculate the event of interest, which is the probability of getting a head when I flip this fair coin. It is simply given by the number of favorable outcomes. In this case, our favorable outcome is getting head, which is 1, and divide by the number or the total number of possible outcomes. Since there are two possible outcomes, then our denominator is simply given by 2. So, the chance or the probability of getting a head when I flip this fair coin is simply given by 1/2, or you can write it as 0.5 or 50%. So, this is one example of theoretical probability. Now, if we look at the same example, if I roll this die or number cube, how many possible outcomes if I roll this die? Yes, there are 6 possible outcomes. And if I am interested to find the probability of getting 3 when I roll this die, what is the theoretical probability of getting 3? Let us compute using the theoretical probability formulation. It is given by the number of favorable outcome. So, it is simply 1 outcome of interest, which is getting 3, and then divide by the total number of possible outcomes. Since you have 6 numbers, so you have 6 possible outcomes. So, the probability of getting 3 is simply 1/6. These are two simple examples of application of theoretical probability of an event. Let us take a look at an example of empirical probability. So let us start back with the definition. And empirical probability is simply probability of what actually happened. So let us go back to our experiment of, let's say, roll a die. If I roll this die based on 10 trials, so instead of I roll it 10 times, I just simply use 10 dice, which is equivalent to 10 number of trials. So again, I am interested to find the probability of getting number 3 when I roll these 10 dice. Let us take a look. So the empirical probability is simply given by the number of times an event occur. In this case, my event of interest is getting 3. So how many 3 or how many number 3 occurs? Yes, only 1. So only 1 from 10 trials. So let us record our first experiment. From 10 trials, there is only 1 time I get number 3. Let me repeat the second time. Do you think that we will get the same result? Yes, definitely not. So now, what is the number of times getting 3 occur? Yes, we have 2 from 10 trials. So for the second experiment, you have 2 over 10. Let us repeat for another experiment. How many 3 occur in these 10 trials? Yes, only 1. So 1 over 10. And we repeat for another time. I think we get the same result here, 1 over 10. Okay, one event of interest, which is getting 3 from 10 trials. So you have 1 over 10. And I just perform the last experiment. And how many 3s? 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 out of 10 trials getting our event of interest. So 3 over 10. So as we can see that empirical probability give you different probability values depends on your experiment. So if we, for example, perform how many trials just now in total? 50. How many times our event of interest occur out of 50 trials? 8, which is 8 over 50. So now, or simply given by 0.16. Let us go back to the theoretical probability of getting the same event by using theoretical probability formulation. 1/6, which is also equivalent to 0.16. So what can you say about these two results? Discuss with your lecturer. Hopefully, by discussing these two types of probability, by now you should be able to differentiate between these two types of probability. So, in simple words, theoretical probability is simply what should happen, while the empirical probability is what actually happened based on your trials. With that, I end this video.